nagkaroon ng time na nawala yung self-worth ko.
You know, you have to work to help your husband with the finances, to help prepare finances for your children for their future.
Kasi dito sa Pilipinas, pag age mo ng 35, wala na. Para kasing etsapuera ka na.
And it feels like hindi ko alam kung paano ko mag-gain yung confidence ko. Pag naging mom na sila, parang nawawala na yung career path nila.
Kasi na-fed up ako sa sobrang traffic. So, papasok, dahil madaling araw, either mag-grab ako or mag-aangkas, which is malaki-laki yung expenses.
The time spent with your kids and family are far more important than any job title out there.
Nag-decide ako na maghanap ng online job at nakakuha nga ako. Sobrang saya ko talaga. Kaya tinulungan ko rin yung iba kong mga mommy friends at nagkaroon rin sila ng sarili nilang online job. Kaya doon ako na-inspire at nag-decide na simula ng Filipina home-based moms.
FHMOMS community was created for mothers, for single women, for women professionals and entrepreneurs, for women overseas Filipino workers, for differently abled women, and even for young at heart women. FHMOMS is a women community.
Nung nagsimula yung FHMOMS, hindi ko in-expect na ganito ka magiging malaki. Ngayon, meron na kaming more than 250,000 members nationwide. Dati, ang tingin ng mga tao sa amin, community lang. No? Ngayon, social enterprise na kami with different projects na tumutulong sa mga kababaihan.
We have free webinars about freelancing, entrepreneurship, parenting, and personal growth. We offer online short courses as well as mastery courses with trainers' 1-year support. We also run a scholarship program and an internship program. We also facilitate charity activities where we are joined by community members as volunteers. Job matching program is something they can also look forward to, as well as e-commerce program. And to celebrate motherhood, we also have online bootcamp for kids. We also have the computer rent-to-own program for members who need assistance in acquiring a computer set. Aspire to be a strong-willed, independent woman.
Mas gusto kong maging productive at saka naniniwala ako sa continuous learning.
Inspire other women.
Everyone was uplifting each other. Everyone was trying to help each other. In this world, you have to be more kind. You have to be more helpful because everyone is fighting their own battles, and you have to understand, you have to empathize, and that is what FHMOMS is doing with all the moms out there. Even if you're not a mom, you would feel welcome.
Empower each woman to be in their fullest potential.
And most importantly, Mommy MK and the team model humility and generosity. Talagang ito yung very evident, which impacted me the most. So it gave me the desire to share freely to others what I learned freely from the FHMOMS community. And I've always loved the community, the motive of the community, that is to change the world one mom at a time. Good job, FHMOMS.
Aspire, inspire, empower. Nothing is stronger than a community of women lifting each other up.
To be among women who have genuinely tried to help people. This is something that I feel passionately about, and then this is something that I saw in FHMOMS.
God is good. Kasi parang naturo sa akin itong FHMOMS na pinakita sa akin na kahit nasa bahay ka, kahit nag-aalaga ka ng anak mo, it won't stop na dun ka lang. Yun lang yung pwede mong gawin.
Without this community, I'm not here in this situation. So FHMOMS po yung nag-guide and nag-mold sa akin to be the best working at home mom I could ever be.
Ang pinakamalaking impact sa FHMOMS sa akin is their quote, which is moving forward, giving back. That's the very essence of FHMOMS eh.
That's what I like about this group kasi we encourage and inspire each other to keep dreaming, to chase our dreams. It's actually a big impact kasi if you are losing hope and wala ka ng gana and all, but because of this page, mapapasana all ka.
Dahil sa online job, natupad ko yung mga pangarap ko at ang pinakapangarap ko na lang ay matupad yung pangarap ng lahat ng mga moms. Huwag tayong titigil na abutin lahat ng mga pangarap natin, masipagan pa natin at huwag tayong susuko. Kaya kung feeling nyo hindi kayo techie, feeling nyo hindi pasok ang edad nyo para dito sa online freelancing, huwag nyong iisipin yon kasi sobrang daming opportunities ang pwedeng ibigay sa inyo online. At nandito ang Filipina home-based moms para suportahan kayo. Para sa mga naghahanap ng online job at gusto ring matuto pagdating sa online business, you can join Filipina Home-Based Moms Facebook group. My name is MK Bertulfo, CEO and founder of Filipina Home-Based Moms, and our goal is to change lives one mom at a time.
is to provide opportunities for every child saan man sa buong mundo to become a STEM literate. So when we say STEM, it's science, technology, engineering, and math literate. So today, they'll be discussing with us the topic. Ito yung topic nila ngayon at alam kong excited na kayo. Excited na ba kayo mga mommies? We are live once again on Facebook and YouTube and also on Zoom. So please type in yes if you are excited already. Yan, excited na po ba kayo? Don't go away kasi we still have a lot of prizes to be given away later on. Yung mga utang namin kanina doon sa first part ng webinar natin, ipapamigay natin yan mamaya after our before we end our webinar, we'll be having our raffle. So yes, they said yes. They're very excited. Okay, I can see it in the chat box. Pati na rin po sa comment section ng StreamYard natin. Ako, yes. I only have one thing na favor po para sa mga mommies natin. Okay lang ba that if you are live on Facebook, or watching us on Facebook, please also share this video, share our school fair event on your Facebook account. Yan. Para naman mas marami po ang makapanood sa atin at mag-enjoy sa ating talk for today. O, gaya nga ng sinabi ko, as I mentioned, for today's webinar, our topic is about skill building at home with game development. Uy, ano kaya yon? So to help us and to discuss what is it all about, I would like to introduce to you to our mommies, our speakers for today. Yan. Our first speaker is the founder and CEO of STEMminds, a social enterprise that empowers youth to develop a love of learning through STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and math education. Prior to starting STEMminds, Anu worked as an executive at Scotiabank for 20 years, becoming their head of e-strategy and solutions. An award-winning entrepreneur who's passionate about empowering the next generation of global leaders and innovators, and has a bachelor's degree in computer science and MBA from Dalhousie University, and has completed the High Potential Leadership Program from Harvard Business School. Our first speaker, let me welcome Ms. Anu Bidani, the founder and CEO of STEMminds Corporation. Hi, Ms. Anu. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening, Duanaru. Thank you so much for the introduction. It is such a pleasure to be here today and meet all the moms of FHMOMS. So thank you for inviting us, and we're super excited for this evening to present to you skills development at home with game development.
Yes, and of course, joining you tonight is the passion for lifelong learning, committed to helping students build real-world skills while being adaptive to their individual needs. Throughout her 8 years of experience in the education sector, Sam has taught youth and offered professional development in the fields of outdoor and environmental education, fine arts, traditional curriculum, and STEM. The Chief Creativity Officer of STEMminds Corporation, Samantha Smith.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mommy Ruth, and definitely echoing Anu. We're really excited to be here with all of you and to lead you through how to build skills with game development. So thank you all for joining us.
Thank you very much. As now, I'll be giving the floor to you, Anu and Sam, and let's enjoy this webinar. Mga mommies, enjoy kayo. See you later for our Q&A.
Wonderful. Excellent. Well, we are super excited to get started on empowering fearless learning and talking to you a bit about game development. Next slide. So we will start with, I'll give you a little bit of an overview of what we have in plan for you today. Sam, can you move to the next slide? Oh, wonderful. So we will start with a little bit about who we are at STEMminds, what we do. talk to you a little bit about our platform, STEAM Hub, which is where we have our online courses. And we will be walking you today through one mastery pathway, which is skills game development. And then Sam will walk you through a real example of tools you can use at home for building games. And we will have some recorded information available to you so you can keep learning at home. There'll be a live demo of that tool as well. So let's get started. Mommy Rufa did an awesome introduction for Sam and I already, so we don't need to do that. I'm Bidani, and Sam here is with me. I was a Chief Creativity Officer and a teacher as well. So at STEM Minds, our mission is to create next generation of global STEM readers who are future ready. And this mission is really important because I launched this business as a mom, as an employer. I'm having a career in computer science for 20 years. I hired a lot of people, and I knew the skills that we would be looking for young people who are coming to join the work. And as a mom of two boys, I was really worried what skills my children were building. So STEM Mind was born out of that real need as a parent that I saw, and fulfilling that need has been an exciting experience over the last few years. So at STEM Minds, we provide cutting-edge STEM content, science, technology, engineering, math, and learning experiences for children 4 to 18. Our online learning platform is designed for children 8+, because for the younger children, we do a lot of live classes and in-person programming here in Canada, and hope to bring some of that programming in your community as we learn to get to know you as well. But we're starting off with our online learning program curriculum, which is used by both teachers and students. So it's a really powerful way of breaking down barriers in learning and making sure that children, no matter where they are, learning from home or at school, they always have access to amazing tools to learn and grow. Next slide, Sam. Sam, next slide. Okay, wonderful. So at STEM Minds, we have worked with about 49,000 children already. We have to work with over 4,500 teachers. We have tons of programs and workshops we run. And one thing that we hear from all the moms and children, they love what we have to offer. Our programs are delivered from the voices of children, in the sense that we listen to children, we build our content around it, and make sure that we get them excited and passionate about learning. And we also understand parents. Being a parent myself, I know so many times our children are way more advanced than we are. And you always have to be prepared in sharing with them, what they want to learn and how we do it. So we're super excited that we connect with parents, we connect with teachers, we connect with students, and we've seen an amazing impact of what we have done. Next slide. So we are here. We launched our platform STEAM Hub in 2020, just before the pandemic hit, and we saw a huge uptake in learning at home as a resource, and that has really motivated us to keep building this platform. So for the Asia community, we have powered our platform, our contents with Teamy. It is a learning management system with great tools that enable the learning at home in a powerful way. So our online courses are a design around project-based learning. This means you just don't listen to lectures, you actually do hands-on exercises when you learn as you learn. We have what we call stimulators, which are game simulations. These are 5-minute power games that you can use to learn skills. All our content is curriculum and standard driven. Every time you do a course, you get badges, you get certificates, so there's a sense of achievement as you learn the courses as well. And we have mastery pathways built, which we will showcase today as we go through our slides. Next slide. So as I mentioned earlier, STEAM Hub is powered by Teamy. Teamy is a great platform with a lot of tools and premium user experience. It's got mobile app access abilities, social learning, there's dashboards, there's gamification, leaderboards. So there's so many tools that Teamy offers, which makes learning a lot of fun. Next slide. So just to kind of give you a high level recap, all our courses have 20 plus hours of learning content. There are game simulations, there are full length videos, text tutorials, curriculum connections, and discussion posts to engage the users and students in a learning environment. Next slide. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we've got every time you finish a module, you get badges. When you finish a course, you get certificates. And we are now introducing micro-credentialing, which is mini certificates, which you get as you do multiple courses in a mastery pathway. So with that, I will now pass it on to Sam. To kind of talk about STEAM Hub Mastery Pathway, which actually includes coding, game design, robotics, entrepreneurship, digital media, computer science, advanced STEM content like, artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity, lots more high advanced content in there. And those are the mastery pathways that we have enabled in our platform today. So from here, I'm going to hand it off to Sam to really deep dive into game development and help you learn some new tools today. Sam, all yours.
Thanks so much, Anu. And yeah, like we said earlier, really excited to be able to showcase this with all of the community of FHMOMS. So I'm going to talk a little bit about skill development with game design, and actually show you a bit of a live demo that you can follow along with at home to actually start learning game development yourself this evening as well. So before we kind of dive into it, I wanted to talk a little bit about what exactly is game development. Really, all that is the process of creating a video game. So if you or your kids at home really like playing video games, game design and development is the process of actually basically moving from consuming or playing games to actually creating them yourselves. And the video game design industry is a huge industry and represents about, makes over $100 billion annually, and that's still growing. So definitely there are lots of careers and jobs and skills that will be required if you have kids who want to make video games for a living. Now, it's important to also make a distinction between what design and development is. So really within video game development, there's kind of two sides. The design side is more about creative elements. So things like designing characters, creating background art, or like developing the worlds that the video games take place in. And development is more about the coding or technical requirements that make games work. And one of the cool things about exploring game design or development at a young age is it's a really fun and exciting way to build skills that international job markets are looking for. So like Anu was saying, building those transferable skills like creative thinking, problem solving, collaboration, whether your kids grow up to be game developers or not, those are skills that are going to be really important for them to be successful in a job market basically anywhere and in a global community as well. So in STEAM Hub, we do have a game design mastery pathway, which we're going to take a deep dive into in just a minute, which basically has students exploring different tools. So they're learning how to apply these skills that they're building across different technologies and build those in a meaningful way. I should also mention that all of our mastery pathways in STEAM Hub connect to a variety of curriculums worldwide. So things like the ISTE student standards, which are a global sort of set of curriculum standards in STEM and technology, American standards, Canadian standards, basically any standards that you can think of, because game design is so transferable that they connect to any curriculum anywhere in the world. And part of what we're trying to do with building these skills and building these mastery pathways is allowing students to build these global competencies. So basically, whether they are, working and living in Singapore or Canada or Brazil or the United Kingdom, it doesn't matter. They're learning skills that are going to help them be successful no matter where they sort of end up throughout their lives. And one of the ways that we do this is we actually connect all of our curriculum to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, because we don't just want kids to be able to build these skills in game development, but we also want them to understand how technology can actually help to make the world a better place. So for our video game design mastery pathway, there are a couple of courses that we have. So I'm going to kind of go through each of those courses and the tools and what that progression is. Our mastery pathways are designed so that students will kind of start with one course, and then based on what they've learned in that course, they're able to build upon their skills as they're exploring these different technologies and tools. So the first one that we have is using a tool called Bloxels. And Bloxels is an introductory level software that teaches game design concepts using color coordinated blocks. So if you look at the screen here, you'll see there's some green blocks, there's some yellow blocks, there's some red blocks. Basically, each of those colors do something different in Bloxels. So the green would be like the ground, the red is like enemies or hazards, and the yellow is coins. So basically what this does is it helps students understand basic game design foundations. So they're understanding what it means to create a level, to create characters, to design enemies, and how that contributes to an overall player experience. While they're doing that, they're also starting to get that hands-on experience in creating their own games. So the games that they love to play, they're now understanding how they're made in the back end. The next course we have in our mastery pathway is Make Code Arcade, which is also an introductory level software. And basically what that does is it takes what students have learned in Bloxels and then it kind of takes it up a notch where they're understanding now, they're doing the coding portion. So the Bloxels is a little bit more focused on the design, and now they're focusing on the development aspect as well. So they're using coding and design elements to actually create different types of games. With Make Code Arcade, so I should also mention Bloxels is basically a platformer. So one type of game where you kind of have a very clear start and an end goal. Make Code Arcade, you can create a variety of different games like chase games, catch games, maze games. So they're kind of expanding what it is that they have learned. And they're now developing some of that experience with the coding portion of how to create games as well. And yes, like Annie said, most of these tools that we use are free and easily accessible at home. And we will definitely share these tools with you as well so that you are able to start exploring. After Make Code Arcade, the next course in our mastery pathway is Video Game Design with FlowLab, which is an intermediate level software. And this allows students to build more advanced games based on what they learned in Bloxels and Make Code Arcade. So now they're looking at more advanced types of gameplay and what we call behaviors, which is basically how things like our characters and enemies and things work with inside our games, where they're able to really expand their knowledge and create things that are a little bit more advanced. And again, they're learning more hands-on experience on how does this contribute to a player experience as well. After FlowLab, we have Unity Game Development, which is an advanced level industry standard software. So a lot of the games that your kids love to play, or even you love to play, I personally love to play video games myself, are built in Unity. So after they've kind of learned all the fundamentals, we actually introduce them to professional software, Unity. And this allows them to transition from building games in 2D or 2 dimensions, which is basically like a flat look or feel, to 3D. So they're now looking at like 3D modeling like you see in some of the pictures here. And for the coding element with Unity, instead of using block-based code, which basically has predefined blocks or sections that students will kind of put together to make things happen, they now are actually writing code using basically lines, the same way you would write like an essay or anything like that. And expanding their knowledge in professional level coding softwares too. After Unity, we have a variety of courses like esports and kind of more advanced topics like Anu mentioned as well, where now that students have that understanding of how game development works, they are able to have more insight into the game design industry itself. And so all of the skills that they have learned throughout these courses can now be applied to the industry. So if we look at something like esports, which is basically professional video gaming, where we now have things like e-athletes. So instead of, being an Olympic athlete, because the Olympics are on right now, they basically are gaming as a profession. And it's interesting where Anu and I were actually just talking about the other day that esports is actually in talks to enter the Olympics as well. So it's kind of being recognized as a professional sport now, which is awesome. Students are able to kind of take what they've learned about game development and now apply it to the industry as a whole. So the esports industry and even the video game design industry, if they start learning video game design, they'll be able to sort of explore creative skills, for example, and then understand how those creative skills, if they like video games, but maybe they don't like the process of creating video games, they want to create the art or do the drawing for video games. If they really like the sort of coding and technology development, maybe they're going in and they're building computers for esports, the machines that actually power the games that we love to play. So they're taking all those skills that they've learned and they're learning how they can basically expand their horizons, expand what they've learned, and pursue things that they really enjoy. So these are some examples of work that students that we've served have created using some of these tools. So this is Make Code Arcade. So you'll see on the side, there's some example of the little games that they have created and the coding that they have wrote to make those games happen. These are a few GIFs, hopefully they're playing for you, where you can see what that actually gameplay element is like. So again, a variety of different types of games where students are able to take their ideas and actually put them into practice using game development, which is one of the best parts about it. And one of the ways that we kind of expand on what students learn is earlier this year, we actually had a video game design competition where students take learnings from STEAM Hub and then connect them to real world examples using the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So what we did in this video game design competition is we asked students to create a video game that teaches people about oceans, so life below water. So how can you save the oceans? What are things that you need to be aware of? You'll see here like plastic collector. How does plastic and our use of plastic affect the world's oceans? So they're actually taking what they've learned in game development and then again applying that to kind of make the world a better place, which is really cool. And all of our STEAM Hub courses include the extensions like these through something that we call our Global Goals Challenges, which basically means that once they've completed the course, they've learned all the skills they need to, they're now able to create games based on these real world examples. So I know some of you have been asking about the tools that we have. So on our website, which is www.steamhub.ca, in the side menu, there is a section called Get Help. And then you'll see a little section that says third-party tools. That gives some more details on some of the tools that we use. So like Bloxels, FlowLab, Unity, those types of things, what they're all about and what kind of technology requirements you might need to use them as well. So without further ado, what Anu and I wanted to do is actually leave basically the rest of the webinar to actually walk you through an example of how to create your own video games with Make Code Arcade as well. So in just a second, I'm going to switch over my screen and actually lead you through how to create your first video game if you've never done it before using Make Code Arcade. So if you'd like to follow along, or if you have kids who are sitting with you who would like to follow along, you can just open up an internet browser and go to arcade.makecode.com. And I'm going to walk you through how to start creating video games, basically. So I'm just going to switch my tab over here. So what I would have done if I was a student is first what I would do is I would go through Steam Hub and I would look at this lesson tab here. So this is Steam Hub powered by Teamy, like Indu was mentioning before. And you'll see in here, we actually have lessons of how to create games or whatever course you might be exploring, video and text lessons on basically what do your kids need to do to actually get started in learning some of these skills. So I would have gone through, already watched the video, read through the tutorial. So I'm kind of walking step by step. But instead of Steam Hub, I'm going to be your live tutorial this evening. So I'm going to jump over to Make Code Arcade and get started there. And maybe what I'll do is I'll actually just copy and paste the link in the chat. So if anyone wants to follow along with me, you are able to do so there. So when I first get to Make Code Arcade, you should see a screen that looks something similar to this. I'm going to click on New Project, which is this orange box with the big plus sign, and give my project a name. So I'm just going to call my project I Love FHMOMS for now. You can name your project whatever you like. You can change the name later on. So if your kids or even yourselves are creating a game, you're not really sure what to call it, I usually just give it a name to begin with, and then I can always change it later on once I've had more ideas. So I'm then going to click Create, and it's going to open up my Make Code editor, which I'm going to zoom in here. That looks like this. So in Make Code, on the left-hand side, you'll see this little preview. So this is our little game simulator, which basically, as we start to build our games, we'll see things happen on our simulator on the left here. And if any of you are familiar with Game Boys or had a Game Boy sort of growing up, that's kind of what this looks like, which is fun to talk to the kids about because now they grow up with things like Nintendo Switches. And so, you know, for me, when I was a kid, I grew up with Game Boys, and kids are always like, what's a Game Boy? And makes me feel a little bit old, but that's something different. On the right-hand side here is where our code is. So this is where we're actually going to start to code our games to create, to start to make things happen. This menu in the middle is where we're going to find all of our code blocks. So everything that we're going to code, we're going to use pre-designed blocks that we're going to basically put together like puzzle pieces to start building our games. Now the block that's here is the first one that says on start, which basically means that whatever we put in this block is going to happen when we start the game. And yes, you should be able to do it with an Android phone as well, as long as you have are able to go to Make Code or arcade.makecode.com on the internet. You can access this on tablets, on a computer, on phones. Might be a little bit small, but the nice thing about Make Code Arcade is it doesn't require an account or anything. You can just go to the website and basically start creating. So the first thing that I need to do is I'm going to first start to design my game. So I'm going to start to do some of those design elements to pick my characters, pick my background, all that kind of stuff. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Scene, which has this little symbol of a tree beside it. And when I click on something in the menu, you'll see a list of blocks show up. So I'm going to click on Set Background Color. It's this third block from the top. And pop it underneath my On Start. So you'll see it's kind of connected like a puzzle piece here. Now when I say Set Background Color to, and there's this gray blob, I can click on where it's gray and choose the color that I'd like my background to be. And you'll see that when I selected blue, in my simulator, the background changed to blue. If I change the background color to yellow in the simulator, my background color has changed to yellow. So I'm going to switch it back to the blue. So like that nice soft blue color there. And my background has updated. Once I've set my background color, I'm now going to create my character sprite. So I'm going to click on sprites up at the top, and I'm going to select this very first block. It's like a pinkish color that appears in the menu. Now I'm going to select this and place this underneath where it says set background color. So I have set my sprite to sprite of kind player. What this block is doing is this is setting my block to say, what is my character going to look like? And you'll see this player at the end here. This basically just means that this is the character that the player, so in this case myself, is going to be able to control. If I click on this square beside where it says sprite, so that gray square, it's going to bring up my gallery. Now, this is where I could create my own sprites or my own characters. So if you have kids who love to do art and design, they're actually able to design their own characters within MakeCode as well. But for the sake of time, I'm going to click up where it says gallery. So this is up in sort of the middle here. And there's a variety of sprites that are already within MakeCode that I can choose instead. So I'm just going to scroll and find a character that I like the look of. I personally like this monkey. I think the monkey's really cute. It's going to load up my character here. When I'm done, I'm just going to click done in the bottom corner. And now in my simulator, my monkey will appear on my screen. Now, sometimes you'll see if your simulator is gray like this, it just means that you have to press the play button to start it. So the simulator has like a start and stop button that you can toggle on and off if you need to. So I have my monkey, but now if I press my buttons, nothing's happening yet. And that's because we actually need to code our controls to be able to control our character and sort of move my monkey around. To do that, I'm going to click on where it says controller on the side menu here. And I'm going to click this first block that says move my sprite with buttons. I'm going to drag that right underneath where I have my sprite of my monkey. And now if I use the arrow keys, my monkey is kind of moving around. I can control him around the screen like that. And you'll notice that as I'm writing my code, everything is on this on start button, and I'm kind of building things, connecting them step by step, because I want all of these commands to happen when I start or play my game. Okay, so here I have it. I'm moving my character and moving my monkey around that way there. The next thing I need to do is I need to set, so I'm going to create a collect game where basically I have my monkey, and then the goal of my game is going to have my monkey collect things. So whether they be coins or food or things like that, the goal of the player is to like collect and score points. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into sprites. I'm going to select this first block here. It says create my sprite to sprite of kind player. And you notice that I have my sprite and I also have my sprite 2. Where I have my sprite 2, right now, both of these kinds say player. So I have my monkey that's a player. Oops. I have my monkey that's a player. And instead of player, I'm going to click here and I'm going to switch this to food. So the player is the thing that I will control. The food is the thing that I will collect. The same way that I did with my monkey, I'm going to click on the gray box. So I'll go back and do that one more time. So here in my gray box, I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go to gallery. And then I'm going to select one of these foods here for the monkey to eat. Fortunately, there are no bananas, but I could make one if I wanted to. But I'm going to pretend that my monkey loves tacos. So my monkey is going to collect tacos. And what you'll see now that I've added my food sprite is that my taco is kind of on top of the monkey, which is okay. That's just part of the process. So sometimes as you're exploring, or as your kids are exploring, when they're building it and they're kind of doing step by step in the process, they'll see that and be like, oh no, like my food is on top of my monkey. But I would encourage you to encourage your kids that that's okay. It's all part of the process. One of the things that we say at Stemminds all the time is that mistakes equal learning. So this idea of, if you make a mistake in your code, if something's not working the way that you want it to, that's okay, because that's actually how we learn best. If you never made a mistake in your life, if you did everything perfectly the first time, you wouldn't really learn from that experience. So mistakes are actually encouraged when you're looking at game design and looking at STEM learning as well. I see in the chat that someone's asking, can you be the character? That's a great question. So if we go back to our sprites, you can't upload a picture, so you aren't able to upload a picture, but you can create one yourself. So if you wanted to, it'd be kind of like a pixel version of you, but you could, instead of here where the taco is, I can use the editor and I can start to edit things, or I can even change things within my character itself. So say with my monkey, I wanted to give my monkey green eyes instead of black eyes. I can always do this and change my sprite that way too. How do you erase the character if you don't like it? So you can do two things. So if you can either, in the editor, there's an eraser tool where you can basically just erase. So I could erase the monkey here. Or if I wanted to select somebody different, or a different, let's say I want a different food instead of a taco, I can just click on my sprite that I want to replace, click on gallery, and then choose something different. So say I want the monkey to actually create or pick up cherries instead. I just click on cherries, and then it will update in my game as well. That's one of the things that I really like about Make Code, is as you're changing things in your code, your game will automatically update as well. So you can kind of see what you're doing in real time, which is great. Okay, so I have my monkey, I have my food. What I need to do is I need to now set up what happens when my monkey touches my food. And yes, you can use it on Google as well. So Make Code you can just use in like in the internet browser. You actually don't have to download anything. You basically just go to the Make Code website and you can start creating. So I'm just going to zoom out just a little bit here so I can have more space in my editor. And as you are designing, if you need to zoom in or zoom out, there are buttons at the bottom here that you can do that with. So do that. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into sprites. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit until I see this really long rectangular block that says on sprite of kind player overlaps other sprite of kind player. So it looks a little bit long and complicated at first, but you can tell that these are the blocks that you want if you want to create something new, because you'll see it has those sort of flat edges. So to me, they kind of look like an alligator mouth or something like that, where it's almost like these blocks are like eating the other types of blocks. So what I'm going to do with this is on sprite of kind player overlaps other sprite of kind player. I'm going to click on the second player and change this to food. And yes, we will be recording this tutorial, and we also have our Steam Hub platform, which goes over this in more detail too. So what I am happening here is I'm saying when my player touches my food, what do I want to happen? The first thing that I want to happen is I want the score to change. So I'm going to go into my pink info here, and I'll see a block that says change score by 1. I'm going to drag this underneath this blue rectangular block that I've created. And what you should see happening now is that your score in the top corner is basically going up, 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 up really fast, because my food and my monkey are always touching. What I need to do then is basically set my food so that it randomly appears throughout the screen anytime that my monkey touches it. So what I'm going to do that is I'm going to go back to my sprites. And I'm going to select the block that says set my sprite position to x0, y0. And just pop that down here. Now I'll need to change my sprite by clicking on this drop-down menu to my sprite 2, because I want my food to change, not my monkey. I'm then going to go into math down at the bottom. So this is the part where if your kids love math, they'll get excited. If they don't like math, then they'll be like, oh man, math. But I always mention to them, like, but this is the best way to do math when you're doing something fun, like creating video games. And I'm going to select a pick random block from 0 to 10. I'm going to hover this over my X. And I'm going to pick another one and hover that over to Y. And I'm going to change these numbers to be from 0 to 120. So that's how big, oops, that's too big. That's how big the make code sort of grid is. And the Y, I'll just do the same thing. And now when I play my game, as my monkey touches my cherries, you'll see that the cherries are moving across the screen. So every time I touch them, my monkey is kind of collecting them, and my score is going up as well. So I've now collected about 15 cherries there. The other thing I can do if I want to add a little bit of extra challenge to my game is add a timer. So I could have it that you need to collect as many cherries or as many items as you can before time runs out. To do that, I'm going to go back into my pink info section here. And I'm going to scroll down until I see countdown and select start countdown 10 seconds. Now when I play, I'm just going to mute because make code can be a little bit loud sometimes. My goal is to try and catch as many cherries as I can. And I have 10 seconds each time to collect those cherries. Now, personally, I find that 10 seconds is a little bit too long. It's a little bit too easy. My game is too easy right now. So this is something that you can do with your kids as well, is as they're creating their games, kind of ask them, like, do you think your game is too easy? Do you think your game is too hard? Why do you think it's too easy? Why do you think it's too hard? And you're kind of getting them to sort of use some of those critical thinking skills that way too. But I can always go back and I can change this countdown. So say I want it to be 3 seconds instead of 10. I'm going to change that to 3. And then I now have 3 seconds each time. If the time runs out, then my game, I have a game over screen. And the cool thing about make code is it'll automatically give you a score of 5, or sorry, get your score, and then it recognizes when you have a new high score too. So if the next time that I played, I get 6, so I'll try and get 6 cherries this time. 4, 5, 6. And I let the time run out. It shows me that I have a new high score, and it will show me what my high score is if I get anything less than that. The last thing I wanted to show with Make Code Arcade is how you can actually share. So Make Code Arcade is cool because you can actually share your games once your kids have like built them, or you have built them. And then you can share your game with like friends and family and other people so that they are able to play it as well. So in order to do that, I'm going to go up to the top where it says share. I'm going to click on Publish Project, and then it's going to create this link here that I can copy and paste and share with everyone as well. So I'm going to actually paste my link in the chat. If I then take that link, so say I exit out of Make Code. If I take that link and I open it up, then I have my game here and I can actually play my game. So I could share this link with Anu, I could share it with my mom, I could share it with my brother, and they'll be able to actually play my game that I've created. Not only will they be able to play my game, but they can also click on this button that says show code. And they can actually see the behind the scenes of the code that I wrote or what I did to create that too. So it's a great opportunity for if your kids are learning game design, then they are able to share that with their friends. They're able to then sort of show their friends how they made it and kind of teach their friends or family or siblings how to do that as well. So that's a bit of a crash course in Make Code Arcade. Like we said, we do have that recording and we do have tutorials available on Steam Hub, our platform, which goes into more detail about not only how to create this type of game, but lots of other types of games as well that you and your kids can learn to start with game design and development. So I'm just going to hop over to our presentation again. Go from the current slide because I want to make sure we have enough time to answer any questions here too. And talk a little bit about how you can actually get started if you really liked this game design tutorial and you want to sort of continue your learning from there. So we do have a website. If you're interested about Steam Hub, you want to learn a little bit more about it, steamhub.ca, where it shows some of the features, some of our mastery pathways, what types of courses are available. And we do actually have 2 exclusive offers for FHMOMS, one for general members and one for VIPs as well. And I'm sure Mommy Roofie and everyone will be sharing that information with all of you. If you're really interested and you want more information right away, you can visit that link bit.ly/stem-fhmoms to sign up and sort of learn a little bit more about Steam Hub there as well. And not only that, but if you're interested, you want to learn more about these demos, you really like this demo and you're looking for more, we actually have 2 Facebook communities, one that's specifically tailored for parents and one that's specifically tailored for teachers. So our stemminds parent community, we go on about once a week and we do live sort of tutorials and demos of tools you can explore at home, just like we did today. We share resources. It's an opportunity to connect with other parents who are interested in STEM and kind of share ideas that way. And same with the teacher community. It's an opportunity to connect with other teachers, learn some sort of new tools and how you can sort of incorporate into that classroom or your home classroom as well. And the group IDs are there. But if you search for Stemminds, you should be able to find those groups on Facebook as well. So without further ado, I'm going to, I guess, open up the floor for Mommy Roofie and answer any questions that people might have.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sam and Ms. Anu. But before we read the questions from our mommies here in Zoom and also on Facebook, I'll just read. Okay, thank you. Stemminds, alam niyo ba, mommies, na ang Stemminds is on a mission to create the next generation of global STEM leaders. And we have a vision to see a world where every child has the opportunity to be STEM literate. And we want children to be future ready. At Stemminds, we empower children to be future ready. The next generation of leaders, game changers, and problem solvers need to be prepared for the jobs and challenges of the future. We do this by providing STEM-focused in-person programs in our local community, as well as live virtual classes and online courses to a global audience. Yan, okay. So, and also, ayun pa ha, ito, confident. Our focus is on building confidence in children by developing the skills they will need as they navigate our rapidly evolving world and tackling any goal they set their mind to design and delivered by certified educators and industry experts. Our STEM programs engage students in hands-on learning with real-world applications to build that confidence. Inclusive and accessible po sila mga momshies, because as we all know, this is done through their online platform, which is a Teamy. Mamaya, i-discuss natin yan kung paano. We are dedicated to breaking barriers and supporting marginalized groups in STEM. Meaningful, we pride ourselves on making STEM learning opportunities meaningful for children. And even kids at heart, nakita ko kanina merong mga mommies tayo na nag-e-enjoy sa ating, you know what, Sam, we've been receiving comments that they're also enjoying the activity that you've prepared for us. And they're also looking forward. Some of the mommies, they also ask for the recorded webinars so that they can also review those videos after our webinar. Ecosystem, we address the ecosystem of STEM education by supporting educators and schools. And we join us in empowering youth by helping them develop the skills and confidence they need to thrive through whatever the future might hold. Become a fearless STEM learner today. Because in STEM Minds, hashtag fearless learning, shaping the future of education. And we'll be pausing for a quick break because we want to thank all our sponsors who made this event possible. So mga mommies natin on Facebook, let's watch this quick video. Sa mga ating mga kasama sa Zoom, dyan lang kayo because after this, we'll be having our Q&A. Let's watch this. We would like to thank all our sponsors, ACADS PH, Bright Minds, Optimus Innovative Technologies Corporation, Marshall Cavendish Education Hub, STEM Minds, Tinker House, The Class Air, The Reading Project. Maraming salamat po for joining us today. And now, we'll be moving on to our questions. So Anu and Sam, feel free to answer our questions that the mommies prepared for us. We've been receiving so many great comments, positive comments from our mommies. Very nice. And the first question is mula kay from Mommy Erica Consul Anday. What's the ideal age of the children to join with this kind of platform? Anu, do you have like an ideal age?
Yeah, we find the best age for online learning starts at age 8. By that time, children have built enough vocabulary, the tangible skills in hands, so they find the learning a lot easier and in a self-directed online learning environment. So all our online courses start at age 8. Sam, do you want to add a perspective to that? Because you work with a lot of children.
Yeah, I find age 8 is good. Anything younger than that, especially with STEAM Hub or online learning, where it's a little bit more self-directed, which basically means the tutorials and the material are there, but you're kind of working through it at your own pace. You don't necessarily have a teacher there to guide you, other than your moms who are your teachers as well. Anything younger than that can be a little bit difficult for them to sort of follow along. So 8 is really the ideal age to kind of start with that type of learning.
Okay, thank you very much, Sam and Anu. Okay, so next question. So ideal age, mga mommies, is 8 years old. But if you think, how about if the mommies would think that their kids, even at the age of 6, are advanced learners? Can they also try it?
Absolutely, there's nothing stopping them from trying. If they're comfortable that they can work with the children and learn with them and try, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, very nice. Okay, so mommies, depende po sa inyo ha. If you think that your kids at a very young age would love to try game development, these kinds of courses, maybe you have to enroll your kids with STEM minds. Ayan. We have one question from Zoom. It's from Mommy Jenely Pagkaliwanagan. Okay, I haven't. All right. Okay, so we've changed the question. Is there a game we can create for 2 players or multiple playing simultaneously?
Yeah, great question. So really what I showed in Make Code is just the beginning. So it's basically just scratching the surface. There are so many more options of what you can do with not only just within Make Code, but with some of the other tools that we shared, like Bloxels and FlowLab, where really the possibilities are almost endless for your kids. Where part of the cool thing about these tools in great game development is it's kind of that idea of if you dream it, you can do it. So you can have 2 players. You could have like more advanced systems. You could have it where, you know, you're collecting things and those, like you collect food, those give you points. You touch an enemy, that takes away points. So many possibilities of what you can do.
I just also want to highlight that we showed the demo today of Make Code Arcade, but if you look at the mastery pathway, you have Bloxels, you have FlowLab, you have Make Code Arcade, you have Unity. Each one of them is an advanced tool that allows you to create more advanced level of gaming with more sophistication. So because we're working with a lot of young children, we start with a tool that's age appropriate. And then as they master it, they go to the next advanced course. And that's why we call them mastery pathways.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay. I have this question. Okay. Before we flash another question, this is my personal question actually. Okay. I'd like to ask if can we create different kinds of genre of games in the platform, and also like for example role-playing games. Can we also develop that through Teamy?
Yeah, absolutely. Really, with all of the different types of games that or tools that we have available, like and you said with the tools that we in Steam Hub, you could create any type of game. So even within Unity, for example, which is like more of that professional level software, you can basically create anything that you like. It's just a matter of choosing the right tool, and that's part of why we have so many different options available within Steam Hub, is so that you can kind of try out these different game design tools, see which one you like the best, which one fits the type of game that you want to create, and kind of learn more and continue your learning from there.
Okay, so mommies, if you think na kunyari kaya na nung mga anak ninyo like role-playing games, like Final Fantasy, yung alam niyo na kung anong edad ko niyan. If you know Final Fantasy, so according to Sam, you can also develop that kind of game through Teamy, through their platform. Yes, okay. Next question from Margie Ortiz in Zoom. Could it be a good substitute for Roblox?
I would say, yeah. Roblox is one of those games that you can get really creative with Roblox, but Roblox is an example of you're still kind of playing a game. You're not quite like creating something from it. So part of the thing that's really cool about game development is if your kid already loves Roblox, now they're starting to understand how games like Roblox were made. So they're kind of creating like their own version of what they're playing and understanding, you know, the stuff that I'm doing over here in like FlowLab or Make Code are the same types of things that the people who made Roblox would have done as well.
Wow. So, mommy, yes. Okay, yes.
I was just going to add that a really good example is like in Minecraft as well. A lot of children love playing Minecraft and they do modding, right? Modding is a modified form of Minecraft. The same thing is with Roblox. But with other tools like Make Code, FlowLab, you're actually creating your own idea of a game, not on another platform's base idea of a game. That's the difference between these, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Anu and Sam. We still have more questions for you guys. This is from Mommy Zinette Ochavo. I might have missed this one if ever this was already mentioned, but I'd like to ask once more if kids would get a certification after they take the course.
Yes, for all the courses, as they finish each module, they get badges, and once they finish the course, they get certificates.
Wow, very nice. So, I'm not sure if I was not able to get it. The badges, if you receive badges, does it also have like a reward in exchange of the badges, or just a certificate alone?
Right now, we're just doing certificates and badges, but we will be bringing a reward system in as we keep building the platform.
Wow, we look forward to that, Anu and Sam. Okay, next question. It's from... Okay, do we still have more questions? And okay, this is a question for Anu. Okay, Anu, Miss Anu, how can we avail and how much is the subscription? Can you share with us the surprise that the FHMOMS members are awaiting with them? Because I know you've prepared a very nice promo and giveaway for the FHMOMS community. Can you please share this with us? Yung mga mommies, makinig po kayo ha. So, i-share po ni Miss Anu kung ano po and what was that surprise na para po sa inyo.
Sure. So just to give you context, so STEAM Hub, as we presented today, has a number of mastery pathways from coding, robotics, game development, entrepreneurship, digital art, digital media. And we offer all of them, all the courses as one subscription package, because we're moving in a world where children need to understand all of these things. Just learning one without the other, there are always gaps. So we created the subscription so that it's fulfilling, it's rich with all 20 courses that children can take. So we have a subscription model where all the courses you have access to for a full year, and then they're renewable annually. And for FHMOMS, we have a very special today, launching with this event where the first 100 members will get 50% off our annual subscription, and all other members will get 10% off our subscription. And we're super excited about that. And our subscription right now our base subscription is like 18,000 pesos, and we're kind of the 50% off will be at 9,000 pesos for the first 100 users who want to subscribe. And we're going to be working with FHMOMS to make this happen for all of you. So we're super excited about this partnership to work with you and make STEM education available to everybody, no matter where you are.
Okay, so thank you, Miss Anu. Let me also reiterate and say that again, mga mommies. They have the annual subscription which costs 18,000. But for the Zoom participants, we've already noted of your names. First 100 to avail, you'll get 50% discount. That is the annual subscription. So imagine that 9,000 for 12 months. And then if you avail the full annual subscription, you get 1 month free. Okay, 1 month free po kayo. Yan. So for the rest of the mommies who will not be able to join the first 100 participants of this promo, you will still get a 10% discount. Okay, so that means okay, let me clear this up with you, Anu. For the 10% discount, that means that costs 16,500. So monthly, that is 1,500.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But how will that the fee for the 10% discount? Can we do this monthly or still annually subscription?
So we just take the amount off annually, and then you just pay month by month. So your monthly is already discounted for that value. Yeah.
Okay. But mommy, ano lang natin ha, i-clear lang natin. If you want to avail the annual subscription, you'll get bonus of 1 month free. So, sulit kayo. Sobrang sulit na siya. But if you want yung, kunyari, ubos na, naka first 100 na yung subscription natin dun sa 50% discount. Don't worry because we still have the 10% discount, which is 16,500 na lang siya. One-time annual is 16,500 or 1,500 monthly. Okay. Did I get it correctly, Anu?
Yes, you did. You did a great job, Mama Rufa.
So sa mga mommy natin, maglalabas po kami ng registration form. For those first 100 who are interested to avail of this promo from STEMminds, we'll be releasing the registration form so that we can take note of your email addresses, and we'll explain to you how the process goes, okay? So that everybody is happy. Okay. All right. Now, okay. So I think dun sa 50% off, okay, again, mommy, imagine mo, pag nag-compute kayo, mommy, dun sa 50% off, parang lalabas lang din siya na 750 pesos a month. But you just have to pay it annually. Kasi yun naman yung advantage kapag nagbabayad ka annually. Kasi you have the option na makakamura ka talaga. Yes. Pero if you think, yon. Okay, so, mura talaga siya. If you think that, for example, these kinds of courses, 20 courses to ha. Am I correct, Anu? This is 20 courses.
That's correct.
Courses. How about the access? Unlimited access, right? Okay.
Yes, you get access to all the 20 courses for the full year.
Okay, you get 20 courses, full access, unlimited access for the 20 courses for a full year. How about if I have two gadgets? I have the laptop and the Android.
You can use both of them. They're fully compatible. There's no issue in Android or in iOS. You can
it doesn't matter if I have two devices to use with the account. Wow. Awesome. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. Okay, do we still have more questions for Anu and Sam or comments? Very nice. Okay, so very affordable din siya, Mommy. Imagine, we've presented different partners to you, mommies. Kayo na lang po yung pipili. It's up to you which platforms we would love to maybe avail for your children or your pamangkin's education. Kung ano yung sa tingin yung makakatulong sa kanila. Like for me, backstage, I was thinking that if I want my child to have the skill in developing games, something like that, I'd like to maybe enroll in STEMminds. Or for example, if I want my kids to maybe improve with Singapore math, or we still have another platform with that. Okay, from Arlene de la Cruz. So cool. Thank you, Anu and Sam, for the crash course in making codes. Imagine, even the mommies, they enjoy the activity. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for inviting us today. We truly enjoyed, being in your community, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to present to you. So have a wonderful, safe evening, and thanks again.
Okay, Anu, can you also, maybe before we say goodbye, can you also promote your social media accounts? Where can we find you, your website, and to know more about the courses that STEMminds is providing?
Absolutely. So our this website steamhub.ca is where we would love for you to go and learn more about STEAM Hub. All the courses we have, mastery pathways, curriculum, everything is on there. So please do have a look at that website. Our social media, our Twitter handler is at STEM, STEM _minds, MINDS. And at Facebook, we are STEMminds as well. And as Sam earlier said, there are two group codes we shared. One to access our STEMminds parents community, where we do a lot of free webinars and training sessions for parents. And another one is for teachers. So if we have mommies here who are teachers, we have a separate one for you, where you can actually learn with a group of teachers. And we host a number of free training sessions, professional development sessions for teachers. So please do join us, because you will learn a lot through that process. So we'd love to see you look at our website, our programs. And as Sam had also shared a specific link earlier in the presentation, that link will take you specifically for a page we have designed for you to connect with us. And hopefully we would love to answer any questions and have you part of our community.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great day. I know that it's still 7:15 in the morning in your area, but thank you very much for giving your time, your expertise, and for sharing what STEM Minds is to our mommies and FH Moms community. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you. Ayan na mga moms. Okay. So sa mga nagtatanong for the promos and subscriptions, don't worry. We'll be sharing this with you mga mommies natin who are watching us on Facebook and also on Zoom. Maraming salamat po sa inyo dahil alam kong excited na kayo for our raffle. Ayan. So mag-raffle po ulit tayo pero this time parang hindi na tayo magra-randomizer, gagawin na lang natin siyang game na lang para sure na nandito yung panalo. Yan, kasi may mga utang pa kami sa inyo. So yung mommy na nagtanong kanina, for the price and subscription, lalabas kami ng poster sa group at saka sa page. Abangan nyo lang po yan. And also the registration form if you want to avail the promo packages that they have. Okay. Alright, so mag-raffle na po tayo. Ito yung mga ipapamigay natin. Ayan. So, let me confirm sa ating moderators. Okay, so mas okay daw yung raffle. Okay, sige. Wait lang mga mami natin ha. Okay, so as much as possible, we try naman na maging fair po talaga sa pamimigay ng ating mga papremyo. Ayan. Kasi minsan, mahina signal, Mami Ruth. Okay. Kaya nga natin siya gagawin na, oo. Okay, alright. Sige po. Sige, let's have moderators, let me know kung ano yung... Okay, may utang kami sa inyo kanina sa Optimus ng isang class air session. That is a 4-session interactive class worth 1,500. Sa Zoom natin to ipapamigay. 3 GCash, 2 sa Zoom, 1 sa FB. Tapos, Optimus account, 1 sa Facebook, tsaka 1 sa Zoom. Okay. Ayan. Naku, ma'am, kumbaga, ito pong mga prices sa pinamigay natin is it's because of our very generous partners. Kaya naman mag-thank you po tayo. Mamaya i-announce natin yung mga mga social media accounts pag may oras pa. Okay, pero definitely sa closing i-announce natin yan. Okay, for STEM Minds, for the first 100 participants. Wag muna po kayong uuwi, wag muna magla-log out sa Zoom kasi may groovy ulit tayo mamaya. For the STEM Minds, first 100 participants. So, ino-note namin din, we'll take note nung mga nasa Zoom. Kung gusto niyo pong mag-avail, kayo po talaga yung parang isa sa priority. Kapag wala na, doon po tayo sa lahat ng mga gusto pa, open for everyone. 50% off on annual subscriptions for 100 participants. That is for annual subscription, 20 courses. Coupon codes for FHMOMS, yung 10% discount. Kapag naubos na yung 100, after ng first 100, and 2 loot bag. Yan po yung ipapamigay natin. Okay, GCash muna. Buti na lang nakaligo. Okay, moderators, should we do raffle or game? Sige, tatanungin ko muna yung moderators natin. Raffle o game? 2 Zoom, 1 Facebook. O raffle muna daw para fair. Raffle muna sa randomizer. Okay, let's go. Raffle tayo. Okay, ready. Randomizer. Share mo ng screen. 2, 1. Wala po si Mami Rose May Quinones. Okay, next tayo. Random. Lapas. Mami Jenny Manlapas, please say present kung nandito po kayo. Mami Jenny Manlapas, unmute yourself kung wala po. Mami Jenny Manlapas, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, wala. Wala po si Mami. Okay, next tayo, randomizer. Go. Randomizer. Share po yung screen. Jinky Velasco, parang nakita ko siya din.
Present po!
Ayun! Okay, congratulations! Mami Jinky Velasco, meron po kayong 100 pesos na Gcash. Okay, next po tayo. Okay, randomizer uli. Ayan. So, okay lang. Go lang natin. Okay. Sorry, hindi ko pa nabasa yung pangalan. Pa-flash po. Present kung nasa Facebook. Present po sa Zoom kung nasa Zoom. Chauvelin or Benita, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, wala. Wala po siya. So, randomizer, isa pa po. Ayan. Nakita ko to si Mami. Mami Joanna Marie Juarez, say present.
Present!
Ayun! Present! Congratulations! Thank you po. Gcash winner, 100 pesos. Okay, next po tayo. Randomizer. Vergara. Mami Unica Winzy Vergara, nandito po kayo sa Facebook. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, wala po si Mami. Mami Wincy, sayang. Okay, next po tayo. Facebook po ito ha. Ayun, may nag-present. Ayun, si Mami Jodel Fanoga Vergara. Ikaw po ba si Mami Wincy Vergara? Say yes. Say yes po. Mami Jonel Fanoga Vergara, kayo po ba ito? Mami? Okay, sino po si Mami Wincy Vergara? Ang dami pong nagsasabing present. Okay. Si Mami Jodel Fanoga Vergara, kayo po ba ito? Can we flash it again para makita po natin? Jodel, hindi po, yung pong sa ating randomizer. Thank you po. Thank you po. Thank you po, moderators. Si Mami Wincy Jodel, kayo po ba yon? Okay, parang hindi. Hindi yata si Mami Jodel yun. Magka-apelido lang yata. Okay, nag-sorry siya. Okay, hindi siya. Sige po. Sige, isa pa po, randomizer. Let's go. Sino kaya ang Tagundi Asuncion. Andito po kayo. Okay, wala po si Mami Isabel Asuncion. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wala po si Mami Isabel Lagundi Asuncion. Okay. So, moderators, raffle pa ba o change mechanics tayo? Change mechanics or raffle? Okay, change na daw tayo for Facebook. Facebook po tayo, Facebook. So, sa Facebook natin, ang pang-10, pang-10 na magko-comment po nito sa aking katanungan. Okay, so after the line po, and after my cue. Sa ano po muna to ha, Facebook, sa mga mommies natin na sa Zoom, dyan lang kayo, relax po ha. Okay, after my cue na ready, get, set, go, saka po kayo magta-type. Okay, ang aking katanungan ay, magbigay kayo ng isang device, ha? Isang device na pwede nyong mapanalunan sa ating closing ng school fair tomorrow, July 30, 7 p.m. Ready, get, set, go. Isang device po na pwede nyong mapanalunan. 10, pang-10 natin. So magbe-base po tayo sa screen ng moderator natin. Okay, 10th winner. 10th winner tayo. Okay, 10th winner. Ipa-flash na lang namin sa screen ang panalo. Ayan. Sa Zoom, kalma lang po tayo, mami. Sa Zoom, mag-aano lang tayo. Dito lang po muna sa Facebook para po yung GCash. May winner na tayo. Okay, may winner? Okay, congratulations, Mami Ed Santos Camaso. Kayo po yung 10th commenter po natin. Congratulations. Kayo po ang ating GCash winner. Now, Class Air naman po ang ipapamigay natin. Again, Class Air is, consist of 4 interactive sessions with Class Air worth 1,500. Sa Zoom naman po natin uli ito ipapamigay. Okay, randomizer po uli. Randomizer. Okay. Sige, try natin sa randomizer. This is for Zoom. Okay, Zoom po ito. This is for Zoom. Randomizer, go. Ito po kayo, ma'am. Mami, sa Zoom. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wala si Mami. Randomizer, ulit po tayo. Nasa Zoom po. Unmute yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wala po. Okay, isa pang randomizer ha. Tapos gawin natin game na lang kapag Palabrika, andito po kayo. Mami Yen Escapalaw Palabrika, are you here? Sa Zoom, 5, 4, okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, moderators, change mechanics tayo. Game na tayo. Okay, sige po. So, randomly chosen po uli. Oo nga sayang no? Kasi okay. So, wala siya. So, game tayo. So, ang ating winner ay pang 15. 15 to comment. Okay? 15 to comment. So, ang itatype po ninyo after the line and wait for my cue. Oo, marami kasing hindi naka-attend. Yan, meron pala. Ayan. After my cue, ready, get, set, go po. Okay, after ng go, ang akin pong ipapatype sa inyo ay, i-type nyo lang po, mga mamis, ang mananalo. Randomizer, kahapon pa kami naghihintay. Baka naman ako nga. I-type po ninyo ang mga salitang, mananalo na ako. Ready, get, set, go. 15. Grabe ang active ng mga mami natin, no? Kahit sa StreamYard, mapa Zoom, ang active na po ninyo. Ayan. Grabe, ayan na. Oh, moderator. Kaya mo yan, moderator. Yan. Okay, sige, tingnan natin. Medyo mabilis ang ng mga comments natin. Ayan. So, wait lang. Susubukan kung ako yung tumingin din. Para sure. Okay, let's see. Ako na po yung titingin po. Medyo marami-rami na po ang mga nag-message. Maraming salamat po muli sa mga mami sa atin. Bukas uli magkita-kita tayo 4 to 5 p.m. with ACADS PH. Ang pag-uusapan naman natin is digital art online learning. So yung mga mami sa atin na gusto naman ay interested din, like for example sa Canva, pero bukas it's more of the Photoshop ang pag-uusapan. So wait lang po chine-check ko pa po. Okay, ayan. Sige, wala pa ako dun sa isa. Sige, magbibilang ako kapag nakita ko na. Marami pong mga comments. Sabi, may raffle. Ang gusto nila, raffle, pick me. Ayan, raffle, pick me. Oo nga eh. Alam mo, dito lang ako sa FHMOMS nanalo ng raffle. Yung mga mommies natin, sumagot din talaga ng tablet. Okay, kahit na yung game natin. Okay, ito na. Alright, ito na. Nakita ko na 1, 2, 3. May nag-direct message pa sa akin. Thank you, Mommy, for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Check ko muna sa moderators natin. Ayan. Okay, according to our moderators, ang 15th daw po ay, bakit iba sa akin? O sige, kayo na, go. Generally, pagkaliwanagan. Pagkalinawan ba o pagkaliwanagan? Generally. Mami Generally, are you here?
Yes po.
Congratulations po, Mami. You have 1 class air sessions. Ilang taon na po ang baby ninyo?
6 po and 3 years old.
Very good. Magagamit mo yan.
Thank you, Mami.
Congratulations. Salamat.
Thank you po.
Okay, salamat. Ayan. Okay. Depende sa connection nyo yan, ha? Pero we have to base dun sa screen ng moderators. Baka kasi magtaka kayo, ma'am, na, ay, bakit ako yung pang 15? Pero bakit iba yung nanalo? Katulad ko kanina, di ba? Pero based on the moderator side, kasi 3 po yung nagsiscreen, 3 po sila na pare-pareho po. So, ang winner natin ay si Ma'am Jenny. Ako lang po yung naiba. Sorry, na OP daw yung akin. Okay. So, pero para fair po, yung po i-base natin sa screen ng moderators. Ayan na. Okay. Next na tayo. Para fair uli. Kasi maraming may gusto uli. Randomizer na lang daw. Sige, raffle uli tayo. Okay. Randomizer. Ang papamigay po namin ngayon loot bags from FHMOMS and go. Randomize. Marquez, Mami Joanne Marquez. Mami, andito po kayo. Say present. Ang kulit din naman, nakakatawa naman yung mga mommies natin, pati sa comment section talagang nag-type din sila ng mananalo ako. Okay, salamat po. Salamat po for being so active. Wala sa Zoom. Okay. Sige po. Next tayo, randomizer, go. Mami Caroline Balasbas, andito po kayo. Say present. Caroline, wala po sa Zoom. Say present po. Say present, Mami, kung kayo po ay nasa Facebook. Wala sa Facebook. Okay. Let's move on. Ayan. Move on po tayo. Next po, randomizer. Ayan. Sabi ng moderators natin, i-randomizer na daw natin. Medyo magiging matagal lang po, mamis, ha? Kasi kapag randomizer talaga, automatic kapag po, uubusin po natin si randomizer hanggang may manalo na. Sige po. Ayan. Okay, randomizer. Oh. Nasaan po tayo? Mga 400 plus. Mami Angeli Risa Cabahug. Are you here, Mami Angeli? Okay, remove na po natin yung mga mga naalis na kanina. Remove na. Okay. Wala po siya. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wala. Okay, randomizer. Go po tayo. Po. O nasa Facebook. Mami Giselle Reyes Roncal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Wala sa Zoom. Wala sa Facebook. Wala. Okay. Next tayo. Go! Randomizer. Para fair na lahat. Mami Rachel, nasa Zoom po kayo? Wala sa Zoom. Sayang. Kaninang hapon nandito si Mami Rachel. Nakita ko yan. Si Mami Rachel Gildego. Okay. Sa Facebook, Mami Rachel, wala sa Facebook. Okay, go. Say present, Mami, sa kapag kayo yung panalo. Pero wag naman po magsasabing present po lahat. Yung nanalo lang po, yung mag-present sa Facebook. Okay, randomizer, go. Ayan. I-claim mo na yan, Mami Nilia. Mami Monica, Diane Valera, nandito pa rin po ba kayo sa Zoom? Wala na sa Zoom. Baka nawala ng connection si Zoom, sayang. Nawala siya. Okay, wala rin sa Facebook. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next po tayo. Randomizer, go! Oo. Kaya natin to. Kapit lang po dun sa mga, kaya pa natin to, kayang-kaya natin to. Kapit lang po dun sa mga andito po ba kayo? Mami Shena Cabaluna. Shena Cabaluna, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wala. Okay, randomizer. Go natin. So sa mga mamis natin, again ha, bukas po 4 to 5 p.m. Kasama po natin ang ACADS PH at pag-uusapan naman ng digital art online learning. So sa mga mamis natin, mga anak ninyo, we encourage you na i-encourage nyo na isama nyo mga anak ninyo bukas, and also pag-uusapan natin yung Photoshop, I think Photoshop ba, Adobe, yon ang ating mga pag-uusapan. Ayan. So, randomizer, go na po tayo. Three, 2, 1. Okay, wala pa rin. Sige. So, anong gusto nyo mga moms? Raffle o game? Sige. Raffle daw. May isa na tayo. Raffle. 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 Sige, raffle daw. Gusto nyo yan, ha? O, sige. Gusto nyo talaga yung raffle, mga mamis, ha? Walang sisihan to, ha? O, walang kainan. Wala ring tayuan to. Sige. Sa Facebook naman, anong gusto ng mga nasa Facebook? O, sige, gusto nyo talaga. Iinom muna ako ng tubig, mga mami. Talaga si Mami nasa Zoom. Kanina pa yan, hapon pa. Okay. Oo, salamat Mami. Congrats ha. Ayan po. Lahat ng details po ng mga winners, i-email po namin kayo after po ng fair. Matapos po yung fair. So mga expect yung mga first week ng August. Saka po namin tatrabahuin yung pag-email, pagsasend ng GCash. Ayan. Okay. Randomizer, baka naman may manalo ulit dito ngayon sa ating Go. Ayan. Randomizer. Thank you. Catherine Law. Mami Catherine Law, andito po ba kayo? Mami Catherine Law. Mami Catherine Law. Yung mga mamis natin, pag nag-register kayo sa mga, natin, mga pa-webinar, make sure na manunood din tayo ng webinar mismo. Kasi malay mo, surprise pala na, na mga prizes. Sayang naman, di ba? Okay. Mami Catherine Law. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wala. Okay, randomizer, go. So ito, ideally sa Facebook sana. Okay. Mami Luz Star de Leon. Andito po kayo. Mami Luz. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wala. Okay, sayang randomizer, go. Baka yung iba na nawalan talaga ng internet na, pasensya na po kayo, kapit lang talaga tayo. Maniwala at manalig na tayo mananalo pa rin. O, di ba imagine niyo ako nga, walang May nag-request pa game na lang daw sa FB. Okay. Alright. Sige, tingnan natin po. Sige, isa pa. Sa Facebook to ha, kasi meron ng loot bag for Zoom. Opo daw. Okay, sige. Tingnan natin ha, Mami Lustar. Kasi tapos na po kung mag-count kanina. Sige. Late na. Oo, di pwede. Sorry, Mami Lustar. Hayaan mo next time. Meron pa naman tayong mga raffle. Sige po. Next tayo. Raffle ulit. Okay. Go. Sige, randomizer. Si i-waive po natin ang ating price. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Wala po sa Zoom, wala sa Facebook. Okay. Sige. Oo, pangalawa na to, Mami Veronica, mabuti. Oo, talaga. Sige. Isa pa. Pag hindi, pag wala, okay lang ba? Pag Mami Lorelei. Nag-change phone ako. Sayang, Mami Lu. Sige, next time po. Facebook, ready na kayo ha? Ito na po ang ating pag-game. Yan. Sino ang partner natin? Makakasama natin bukas ng 4 to 5 p.m. So, ang favorite number ko is 12. So, yung pang 12 na commenter ay mananalo. Facebook lang muna to sa Zoom, Mami. Sama lang muna ha. Para po fair tayo, meron na sa Zoom, meron na sa Facebook. Okay. After this line, and wait for my cue, pang 12 commenter. Oo. Ready, get set, go. Sino po ang speaker natin? Bukas, 4 to 5 p.m. Pang 12 po, pang 12. So, moderators, go nyo na yan. Kayang-kaya nyo na yan. So, kung hindi pa kayo nag-register, bukas po, mag-register pa rin po kayo sa Zoom link natin. Nakita ko kanina may mga abangers pa din tayong mga mommies. Kahit ongoing yung webinar, meron pa rin po magpasok. Salamat. Mami Judeline Aison, congratulations. May loot bag po kayo from FHMOMS. Okay, ito na. Sino na ready sa Zoom? Ready na ba kayo? We will give you one Optimus account na worth 1,980 pesos. Ito yung only subscription nila, only access for 1 year. Depende dun sa grade level ng anak ninyo. But this is for Singaporean math, English, and science. Okay. Zoom muna tayo ha. Okay, Zoom. Try natin uli randomizer para masaya. Sige, randomizer, go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wala daw. Okay, isa pa, randomizer, go. So please be good. Sana po yung online na yung Lisel Gomez, andito po kayo. Mami Lisel Gomez. Mami Lisel Gomez, wala. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wala. Okay, isa pang randomizer. Okay. Isa pang randomizer. Pag wala, game tayo. Go. Randomizer. Okay, hanggang 8 o'clock PM lang daw po tayo. So, kung ano po, susubukan naman natin talaga na i-randomizer mga mommies. Kaya lang kasi, yun nga po, wala pong nananalo, di ba, yung iba. So, ayan. So, isa pang randomizer tayo. Go. Kukuha po sa YouTube. Yes po, pati po Evangeline Serenilia Corpus. Mami Evangeline Serenilia Corpus. Basta po nag-register po kayo doon sa Zoom link. Kasama po kayo sa raffle. Ayan. Kahit saan po kayo nanonood, nasa Zoom, nasa Facebook, nasa YouTube. Mami Evangeline Corpus, wala. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Moderators, tuloy ba tayo ng raffle o game na? Okay, game na tayo. Sige. Alright. So sa game natin, oo, sorry mga mami, kasi until 8 o'clock lang po tayo today. Kaya po, as much as we wanted na mag-extend, hindi na po talaga natin kakayanin. So, sayang, ang dami pong wala. Yes, oo, I think it's because of the rain. Ayan, so internet connection, medyo nahina ang signal. Okay, game na tayo. Game. Go. Okay lang po. Oo nga eh. So, ayan na, maniwala kayo, mamis. Ayan, ita-type na natin. Ang gagawin niyo lang po ay, okay. So, type na lang tayo para sa mga mamis natin. Para sa pang 7th na commenter natin sa Zoom. Sa Zoom muna ha, bago sa Facebook. Ang mapapanalunan po ninyo ay 1 Optimus account, annual subscription for 1 year yun. Ano nga no? 1 year po siya. So, after the line, and wait for my cue po. Wait for my cue. Ready? Ang itatype nyo lang po ay see you tomorrow sa ACADS PH at closing. Ayun po, medyo mahaba. See you tomorrow sa ACADS PH at closing. 7th commenter, wala pa po. Wait lang po. Wait lang po mga mami. Wait lang po. After the line, stop muna po. Wala po muna. Wait for my cue. Ayan. Okay. After ng line po. Okay. Ready? After ng line po. Wait po muna. Kalma po muna, ma'am. Kalma. Okay. Kalma po. Okay. Thank you. After the line, wait lang pa. Ayan. Ayan. Ako na yung nag-line. Sige. Ma'am.
Stop po muna.
Stop po muna. Okay.
Wag po muna tayo mag-chat. Ayan. Hintayin po natin si Mami Ruth.
Salamat. Ayan, after the line. Ready, get, set, go. 7. Kayang-kaya niyo yan. Kayang-kaya niyo yan, mga moderators. Go. Sige. Susubukan natin, ma'am, siya na magpa-randomizer kung anong kakayanin natin. Okay. So, syempre, gusto natin lahat fair manalo. Okay. 7th commenter, unmute mo na. Congratulations, Mami Charito. Isa lang ba Charito?
Hello!
Yes! Si Mami uli!
Hello po! Hello po!
Congratulations, Mami Charito! Ikaw po ang winner!
Dalawa na po!
Okay, ilang taon na si baby boy? Si Liam?
Mag-11 na po.
Wow, mag-11 na.
August 15 po.
Uy, happy birthday! O Liam, gamitin mo yung annual subscription mo with Optimus, ha?
Thank you. Thank you po.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Salamat po. Huwag mo nang aalis kasi may groovy tayo.
Opo.
Sige.
Sige.
Okay, thank you. Oo. Sige, go. Ayan. Okay. Sige, sa Facebook tayo. Facebook, 1 Optimus account. Okay, 1 Optimus account. Ito, medyo mahaba to ha. Pipili kami randomly ng ano yung pinaka maganda ninyong or pinaka nagustuhan ninyo sa fair natin. Random po itong pipiliin sa mga nasa Facebook. Ano yung pinaka gusto nyo? After the line ha, after the line. Ano yung pinaka gusto niyo sa fair natin? Fair natin, simula pa nung launching hanggang ngayon. Ready, get, set, go. Stay muna yung nasa Zoom, may surprise kami. Okay. May isa pa tayong game. Okay. Sige. Ano yung pinaka nagustuhan ninyo? Ito po sa sa comment section ng Facebook. Sa Zoom, stay lang kayo. May isa pa tayong game. Okay. Pili na po yung mga moderators natin. Okay, nalito na yung mga moderators natin. Kayang-kaya niyo yan, moderators. Go, go, go. Okay, meron nang napili. Congratulations, Nifi Lapore. Today was a blast. Optimum and stemminds. Congratulations to you. Mabilisan lang. Mabilisan lang to. Okay, ayan. Sige, mabilisan lang naging to. Oo kasi. Okay, sige po. So, sa Zoom lang po ito. Okay, sige. Okay, alright. Naku, don't you worry mga team sa Wii. Ayan, so mag-groovy muna tayo. Yung mga nasa Zoom, stay lang kayo dyan kasi mag-groovy pa tayo. Ayan. So, open nyo na po ang mga cameras ninyo, mga mamis. Mag-groovy lang tayo. Ayan, unang-una si Mami Charito. Tsaka si Liam. Talaga namang kahapon pa itong mga present. Ayan. Napakaswerte sa game ito si Mami Jeneline Rotairo. Cute naman ni baby boy. Okay. Sige, ready tayo. Okay, sige. Mag-groovy muna. Buksan niyo po muna si Mami Daniel Rose. Nakikita ko to sa Facebook din at saka sa Zoom. Very good. Ayan.
Sir, nasa po rin po kami. Nasa Facebook rin.
Oy, talaga? Sige, salamat. Okay. Ayan. Okay. Alright, so please let me know kung okay na. Ready po tayo. First slide. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Ayan, ang laki ng mukha ko sa StreamYard. Sige. Okay, sige pa. Isa pa. Ayun! Yay! There you go. Smile lang po. Okay, ready? 1, 2, and 3. Tatlo po ata to ha. Tatlong slides. Kaya smile lang po kayo. Okay, perfect. Then, isa pa. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Isa pa po. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Ayan. Meron pa ba? Or we're good na? Okay, maraming salamat po sa mga momshies natin na nanonood at tumutok sa atin ngayong araw na ito. This is our Learn from Home School Fair. Maraming salamat po sa pagsama sa amin bukas, 4 to 5 p.m. with ACADS PH, Digital Art Online Learning. At 6 to 7 p.m. ang closing. May naririnig na ako mga bata nagsisigawan sa akin. 6 to 7 p.m. closing po na. Maraming salamat po sa inyo mga momshies. Have a great night. Bye!
Thank you po! Thank you po!
Bye po!
Bye, Mami Ruth!
Thank you!
Nasa FHMOMS Radio habang ika'y nagre-relax sa bahay mo.
FHMOMS Radio.
Tara na tumutok na sa FHMOMS Radio habang ika'y nagre-relax sa bahay mo.
FHMOMS Radio. Changing lives, one mom at a time. Moving forward, giving back with FHMOMS Radio.
Tara na tumutok na sa FHMOMS Radio habang ika'y nagre-relax sa bahay mo. Marami kang matututunan dahil di lang basta chikahan. FHMOMS Radio, mga momshi ating
o mama, andito na ang FHMOMS makakasama. Ang online radio na magbibigay advice at mga kwento na siguradong mapapanice. Ito ay hindi lang basta mga chikahan, andito sila upang ikaw ay gabayan. Turuan ng mga tips sa paghahanap buhay at maging isa ka sa successful na nanay. O diba? Kaya saan ka pa? Basta ikaw ay momshi, dito bida ka. FHMOMS Radio number 1. Ito ang online radio ng sangkanan na yan. Di ka lang basta nanay, ikaw ay super nanay. Para sa pamilya ang lahat ay iaalay. Lahat ibibigay, lahat ay kayang gawin. Ang iyong pagiging nanay lalo pang palakasin.
FHMOMS Radio.
Tara na tumutok na sa FHMOMS Radio. Habang ika'y nagre-relax sa bahay mo, marami kang matututunan dahil di lang basta chikahan. FHMOMS Radio, mga momshi ating to. Mga momshi, tara na, dito'y bidang-bida ka. Ipagmalaki natin na tayo'y magigiting nga ina. Mga mami, tara na, dito'y bidang-bida ka. Ipagmalaki natin na tayo'y magigiting nga ina.
FHMOMS Radio.
Tara na tumutok na sa FHMOMS Radio. Habang ika'y nagre-relax sa bahay mo, marami kang matututunan dahil di lang basta chikahan. FHMOMS Radio, mga momshi ating to. Tara na tumutok na sa FHMOMS Radio. Habang ika'y nagre-relax sa bahay mo, marami kang matututunan dahil di lang basta chikahan. FHMOMS Radio, mga momshi ating to.
Tambay na! Nagbabalik ang FHMOMS Radio.